Smart cities, you hear about the term smart city. A city now has to be not just running a park, isn't just a park anymore. It is actually monitored for moisture. If we've got a rainstorm coming, we don't need to irrigate it. How do we do that? That means we need to instrumentate up a city. We've got to make it smart. Smart means that we put sensors everywhere, which are intelligent. It's a part of the Internet of Things or smart cities where we start to bring up the information so smart decisions and actionable decisions can occur ahead of time. My name is Tim Sol, Chief Architect for Industry Solutions in Software. There's a general move around urbanisation and how do we bring efficiencies to your cities. Traditionally, they've been pretty isolated, your buildings. Energy management comes into that. Safety comes into it. Effective movement of people, understanding where they are from a safety point of view, but also the effective use of cost within inside the cities. So people are looking to see how do they deliver the right services to the population, e.g. escalators, water, fields, regions, but do that in a regular manner, in a cost-effective manner. That's causing a change in how they have to operate a city. Smarter sensors, smarter control, operational centers. These large operational centers which have got all the facilities in one environment, awareness from end to end across the city, but also having a central place from which all of the experts in the city can work from. There's one point of information, one point of view, one point of alarms, one point of awareness, and we can then start to monitor better operational practices around shutting down water, shutting down elevators at night if there's no people there, going up and down places, escalators inside your cities, whatever. And lighting, how do you manage that so it reduces cost and impact to the environment? The opportunity now is with the likes of 4G and your internet and the move to 5G type broadband mechanisms coming into play. We've got the ability to gather data up without wires everywhere. We can make all of our sensors feed the data up. They can bring context with them. As you go into these bigger cities, they've all got these smart initiatives, but a lot of them are starting off quite correctly, doing it in precincts or small suburbs or campuses, and then learning and building up the model and then rolling it, expanding it across the city. And that's where the opportunity is. So the infrastructure is huge. The opportunity is there to automate it at a very cost-effective manner, because now the smart devices are coming very, very cost-effective. We can't have all of these devices with their own alarm level and control being programmed by individual people. How do we coordinate a city and these devices to be aligned to give you the outside goals? So that means standards management is going to re-enter the world. A lot of people ask me then, what are the techniques or what are the leading techniques being used? And there's a lot of them. There's a couple of them. The first one we're starting to see is the move towards these operational platforms, which goes across a city. It could be in the cloud, it could be on the plant, across the pieces, but they're coordinated across the different buildings. So the key thing here is the ability to capture data and control it back and make a central person aware, but allow that to happen. That means, so that platform's coming to play. The second one is the move to standards, because a lot of cities is very repetitive. You've got lots of the same thing over the whole city, and how do you build one way of doing something and distribute it to one site, one substation, and then to another substation, and then to another substation? And then how do you evolve that? So you're going to learn as that city goes on, because the move to smart cities is new. So it's a journey of learning about how do I control this operational city? How do I make it happen? So the techniques are really Internet of Things, the cloud for data gathering, going to one platform of standards at the control and operational level, and the move towards making standards down and coordinating these smart devices through an enterprise standards platform.